It's time to be the GOAT. It's time to enter God mode, man, let's get it going. I wanna be the greatest, energy is overflowing. I know I'm stoking the fire, my desire's taking over. Not tired, I'm inspired, rewired. I know just what is required. My brain knows how to decipher the messages, looking brighter. Already paid up the pipe, but my game is getting much tighter. I feel my body on fire. Now it's game time. All the practice to prepare for this main time. I could do anything, that's my baseline. Go ahead and do you, I'ma make mine. You gon' read me in the headlines. Always go up, I don't know a decline. On the glow up, getting better with time. Yeah, I'm about to hit my prime. The air is filled up with suspense. We've got our dreams, we must defend. And we know what we represent. So we'll keep fighting till the end. And we'll keep fighting till we...
The Daily ROI Podcast. That's what I'm talking about.
Just so awesome. I mean, we're so lucky to have Tim join us today. And, you know, we've been talking about it. We've been sending teasers out and it's just amazing. And guys, if you're on the TikTok live, ask your questions. We will be asking Tim and it is going to be friggin' fire, guys. Fire.
Yes, totally flaming. Okay. It's going to be that hot. Okay. The coals will be distributed around. That's how hot it's going to be. Yep. But please, don't be stingy. Please share this, okay? Sharon is Karen. Karen is Sharon. They're the same woman. Please go ahead and tap that share and let's spread the joy. I'm super, super excited to do this, man. This is going to be so much fun.
So excited. So excited. And I think, you know what, guys, whether you're watching through YouTube, TikTok, or any of the other social platforms, you're going to have to go into the sauna by the time Tim's finished because it's going to be cooler in the sauna than outside.
Yes, yes. All right. So we're going to take this up a notch. We're going to bring him on, and it's a very short special guest intro. Here we go. Tim Hess, everyone. Boom!
Just carry this low. I'm kicking back here with the smoke. Just carry this low. I tried to front like a G. Shit worked me. I had to think the front like
the star of our show, our special guest, Tim Hess.
Very special, very special.
I tell you, this is like the different stages of life, isn't it? Hair, middle, none.
Perfect. I know. I don't have this either. What I have here took me about a month to get, and it still can't be seen.
It took me a while. I had to, it used to be patchy, but now I've groomed it well enough where it just grows now like weeds in a garden. It just grows. I just trim it up, Yeah. But hey, I'm excited to do this, Tim. Thanks for coming on the Daily ROI Podcast. We're super excited to kind of just hobnob, chit chat, and get to know you a little bit better.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Look, I'm excited to be here. I really am. So ask away, baby. Let's do this. I'm fired up.
Tell us a little bit about where you're from.
Originally I was born and raised in Philadelphia. Actually was raised outside of Philadelphia, Bucks County, Pennsylvania. I lived in Europe. I was in Spain for some time and then came back to the United States, and I'm in California. 5 beautiful kids, 3 grandkids, good wife, good life, happy home.
That sounds like a good
keeping it real. Okay.
Yeah.
And get the golf pretty much every day. I live in a golf course out here. It's just so beautiful out here. It's just absolutely beautiful.
3 grandchildren. That's a good number. I have 3 grandchildren as well. So, very
Nice.
good. Yeah. It's the best, because when they're over, there's going to be a time where they may leave and you're not going to totally get stressed out. So it's a totally different feeling, so it's like you don't have all this pressure because they're your grandchildren. It's like if you do something, they're going
They're
home.
not yours. They're going home.
Right.
And if you feel
See ya.
very
Love
vindicated,
you.
Right.
yeah, and if your kids give you a hard time, then you just sugar up the grandkids and return them.
There you go. Yeah.
Perfect.
So it is the best. Yeah.
Yeah, I've only got one grandson who I adore, and had him over actually I think it was early in March, and he's never seen snow before. And we actually had 2 major snowstorms here. So it was just phenomenal. And he was like, snow, because he lives in England. And he was just ecstatic. We took him snow tubing. Every day we were playing in the snow apart from the snowstorm. And it was just brilliant. Absolutely
Making
brilliant.
memories, man. That is so cool.
Oh,
That it really is cool.
It is. When you become, I don't know, whether it's 40, 50, but there's a time in a life that you kind of reflect on things that have happened in the past. And I've learned, that, that all of the stuff that I did when I was younger, yes, a lot of the stuff that I enjoyed and had, and that it was fun, good memories. But I found that the memories that meant more to me, and I didn't quite understand this, when I was younger, but now it's like the stuff that's lasting memories, the milestones. That's the stuff that is more important to me and it resonates with me, which is why time freedom is it's like the biggest value for me and what we all do.
Right.
Because I can't get the time back that I missed out on. And so that resonates with me in regards to your story, because I was a salesperson and had multiple different sales jobs throughout my business career and worked an insane amount of hours. And I made a decent amount of money, but, and I did what I could to provide, but little did I know that the consequences would be, a divorce here. And then my youngest daughter and I are now estranged. And that's one of the repercussions, is that she feels as though her grandpa was a better dad to me, or better dad to her than I was to her. And she said I was never there. And so that stings. And so time freedom for me, I can't get that time back. But what I can do is I can create memories now, and I can put a bigger emphasis on time freedom now, and I can share what's happened with me with other people, and I can help other people. And so, yes, it still stings, and I'm hoping, praying and all those good vibe stuffs that my daughter and I can, make amends. But until then, time freedom is what I'm promoting. I'm getting this message out to as many people as possible. But for you, what, having worked at a, corporate America for roughly 25 plus years and having a big influence on what that company did, what was it like? Did you feel betrayal? What were some of the emotions that you had with your separation from them?
The biggest thing is when it hit me, I don't let things resonate with me. It takes a lot to move me emotionally. I don't really get, like, I'm always been what's next? What's the next step?
Mm-hmm.
However, I mean, to grow a company from 300 stores to 1,200 stores and be an integral piece to that, and not see it coming was brutal. I mean, if I look back on it now and go, like, when I said it today, it's like, I don't like to say they don't give a what at you, right? I also, it's what we sign up for. They just don't talk about it in the interview process, right?
Right.
We agree with what see, my philosophy is, when we say yes, we're saying yes to all of it. The overtime, the pay structure, the 1% raise that we got, but we're not making enough money to begin with now. So
Yes.
it's they don't talk about it in that process, but that's the reality, right? We don't they come and tell you, hey, this is like, they recruited me when I came to this company. And so there's so many facets to my career that, I mean, yeah, to sit there and like, it was a punch, it was a blow, because you think about it this way. No one called me after it happened. It was almost a year later before one of the people that I had on a regular basis in my leadership did someone actually call me and say, hey, I was thinking of the other day. Well, my kind of thought process, I don't know, I'm going to watch my words, because the words that want to come out right now is like, MF, you didn't call me when don't start thinking about me now. A year later, go bleep yourself. I mean, and that's not, because if and to me, it was like, you understand what I've done for you people? Like, do you have any capacity what I have done for this place? When they talk about making money, do you know how much money because of the decisions that I have done and my team? When I say I make the team, I'm just moving the ship, right? I'm just directing the team. I'm the captain of the ship, and we're just moving it along. We're taking their vision and we're putting it in place, and then I'm just putting all the pieces in place to make it happen. If I sat there and figure out what my team that I worked on, how it touched the bottom dollar, I mean, dude, it's off the chart.
Wow.
Unimaginable. So to sit there,
gosh.
like, to put it this way, to the paint on the building, my team. So have an understanding of what, when I talk about this, I've never even really discussed it, because I believe it's in the past and I don't want to reach anything. There's no reason. But however, how you ask is how I came. I mean, I want understanding that was my team's decision. The changing of the dress wear, my team. Like, when I tell you I walk into these buildings, and I'm not going to mention their name, but when I walk into their buildings, there's really a lot of joy that when I see it, it's like, dude, you know what? I had an impactful life. However, the impact that I had on a lot of people that I've hired, I do interviews differently, I believe, because I really want people to understand, what are you looking for in a business? And I would hire people that are out of college to come in the intern programs or things like that, or people just coming from college. I always want to know what it is that they want. Like, what are your goals? What we expect our kids today do nowadays is like, hey, you're 18, let's go. You know exactly what you want. Well, hell, I don't even know what I want. I'm 57 sometimes. I mean, I'm 57. I still don't know what everything I freaking want. How the hell am I supposed to get my 22-year-old to understand that, like, hey, what are you doing? Like, I don't, like, I know, Dad. Like, I get, don't. I'm a kid. Like, I'm still trying to figure out your ass. I mean, come on, I'm 18. That's what, and then system. That's why when I would hire people, what do you think you want? What do you want? What is it that this company, what do you think you're going to get from this company? One thing for you. For me, this is why this was, if I talk about this to you guys, because I want you to understand for me, I want people to know the truth. I want when they come to work for that company, I want to know what they're in for. I want to know what the day looks like for them. I want them to know, hey, here are my benefits, my pay. I want them to know if it's something for them. And if they can honestly in their heart at the end of the two-week interview process that we go through to bring them on board to these roles, I want them to know that like I did ask the questions. And at the end, I'll fast forward this. My joy was I had almost the lowest turnover ratio in the company. Like my teams never left. Wow. I have two gentlemen that are actually VPs right now in very large companies. I have one right now that may be a president and the CEO of a company here in probably the next 12 months. And what's crazy about that is we talk about that. And he tells me by the way, I still talk to these guys. Like, how about that for a relationship building process? So when this business, and I'll put that one piece, that was my joy. Like hiring those kids, helping them to go in a direction, but all I was feeding the wheel, right? All I was feeding the system, right? Get people in there, use them, abuse them, do whatever we need to do per se, get them on their way, give them enough money that they stay there, that they can have maybe a quality of life. Just don't have them coming from California because it's too freaking expensive and I'm not going to pay that kind of salary. So we can say that any other way, but I just fed the system. I think what is really cool here, that piece of my career, that was my joy. Like that was my jam. People always would come to me, how do you get your guys to stay here? And I said, how many times have you asked your guys and your girls, how are they doing? Like, did you genuinely stop and say, how are you today? Like, that's me. That's who I am. So to relate it to this business is like when someone says yes to themselves, not to me, it just motivates me and makes me so excited. I cannot tell you the text messages that I get or the messages when someone actually says, I had my first sale. I just know where the potential that they can go. And I am over the freaking moon because it's for me. I will always say this, and I will tell this to everyone that's blue in the face, that everyone that is listening. It's not about the results. It's not about don't motivate me, my bunny, because you will screw this up. Right. I've always focused, even in corporate, it's about it is about the process. The process is what gets you there. You give me a vision. It is the process. Be very clear on that. But you have to have a why. My why is simply this. I never want to go back to corporate America. I love more than anything what I do today is so impactful because I was thinking what I was doing back in corporate, that was the piece that was impactful. Like it's incredible. Like that's the piece. It's not about the money. It's money gives you choices. That's all it is. You're in a industry that pays extremely well. That's what we have here. We're in an industry that pays very well. And we're very blessed to have people that are 6 and 7 income earners just simply giving you the information. Hold on, wait for this. Giving you the information to share with you what exactly is we do so you can be successful, not some company, not some anybody else. It's you. So all you do is show up. And that's what's amazing. Like by far, to me, that is the coolest, most rewarding blessing. And then they pay us. You know what I mean? I get to pay my food. I get to pay my gas. It's not paying the Excel spreadsheets that I looked at many times when I was in the airport. Okay, where are my numbers? Where are they hurting? What are we doing? How do I change it? How do I manipulate it? Okay, and it's nothing like that. And we have that freedom to do this. That is my joy. The text messages. The getting to Tim, I hit 50,000. Tim, I hit 20,000 in a month. I mean, Tim, I'll even go one step better. Even when I had a young lady sign up, And she goes, I cannot believe that this is real. She goes, I just made $3,800 and I took 20% out for my taxes. And I still have more money than in 2 weeks in this business, I made more money than my full-time job. Like, if that doesn't resonate with you, you have no freaking pulse. Like, if that does not resonate with you, check your pulse, man, because if that does not resonate with you, and then I will say, that's my fuel. Like, her conversation, that is my fuel. That is everything that I hope for out of this business. And paying me is extra.
Mhm.
Like, paying me is a non-thought process. That when somebody says, Tim, I have money to go put in my refrigerator. And like, look, we all of us have gone through, I don't have enough money to put in my refrigerator. I didn't have money for shoes. We all been there. Look, I started my job out, my career. I didn't make the money when I was my last 10 years making money. Geez, I just was in an industry, even in corporate America, I just got paid very, very well. You know, and I always tell people, like, my reason to come for this was I didn't want to go back to corporate and I still wanted to do something. I didn't come here because of the package I got when I left corporate America after all the years and all the things I've done. Don't trust me. Don't have a pity party for me, because I got paid more than I can possibly tell you. And I'm still believe it or not, you know, on that severance package, I've been out of corporate for 3 years from that company. And, you know, there's I don't trust me when I tell you, this is a fill my heart up cup of joy to do this business.
Awesome.
And again, that's
wow.
That's how I can relate to what I do. Like, my heart is overjoyed. And like you guys said, you know, I'm on a mission. Like, I'm on these dads don't know what's about to hit them. These dads, I'm coming for you. I'm coming. And hold on, because if you're ready to get on this train or whatever you want to be on, this Jeep, this golf buggy, whatever you get your butt on here, because the coolest thing, people don't know this exists. People don't know this is real. Like, I get it. Every one of you guys know it because we've all been there. Mm-hmm. But man, to sit here and know that I'm in my kitchen, my golf clubs are like my golf club right here in my kitchen, baby. You know, this is what we do it for.
Let me call a quick timeout because I want to pump the brakes just a moment, because you've said many things that struck me, but there's one thing in particular that I really want to emphasize, is that you had mentioned that more or less that your biggest joy isn't the money, although that is good, and you're not going to, you know, send it to somebody else. You're going to accept it.
Right.
Your biggest joy is actually helping people, and that's your, like, the priority or number one.
Absolutely.
I think that is the biggest thing that I think if anybody who's watching this, whether live, replay, whatever, I think is the biggest thing that I'd love to have anybody learn as a takeaway from this, because I feel strongly that if we can remember that, okay, and because words matter, we all know that because of mindset, right? Words matter.
Massively.
And if we focus on that one thing, I think that's going to help, because I think that in general, I think we often get sidetracked or we lose sight of what you just said. Mm-hmm. And that when we're making a video or we're making content, sometimes I think we're thinking more about making a sale and selling something, and we're not focusing on, I'm going to solve problems or I'm going to help somebody. And if we remember that, you know, all those dads don't know what's going to hit them because I've got a bundle of joy I want to give them. If we remember that thought instead of I wonder if I'm going to get a sale today, how much of a difference would that make, Tim?
I mean, it's powerful. I mean, let's be real. It's powerful. Like, I will always say the heart, this business is not for the head, right? Stop you know, I didn't come here and go, I'm going to write all my things down I need to do. And I didn't. Like, man, I know that when I get on a video, I'm no different than anybody else. It's just the thought process for me is different. I get sometimes that 7-second video that I'm about to throw the phone out the window. Like, I can't make a 7-second video, and the 7-second video is taking me 20 minutes to make. I mean, for God's sakes, because I'm typing the words on there. The thing isn't working. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm dying laughing because some people always think like I'm any different. I'm no different than anyone else. I just have a different thought process when it comes to this, right? But I still have the videos that I'm like, I can't get the word out. My tongue's in my hole. I mean, what am I doing? Like, dude, sit down, shut up. It's a video. Calm down. Then I'm like, God, I hate this video. Then I'm, I do a lot of tips and tricks that I do that get my mindset ready. I have a happy list.
I love it.
And then really, what do you, and the couple things is this is a little tip for you. This is something that I do every time before I get on live, even before I came on here. I have a list of things that I dream about, that I have, that I want people to understand. You can dream again with this business. You have, this business gives you choices. This business truly can be changed. Everything you think you thought you know nothing. Right. And then the other thing that I always like, my list is like to go into a far off place where it's just it's in a jungle, it's raining, and the hotel is on the side of a mountain in the jungle, and it's raining. The fireplace is on. My wife is there, and we're just walking around. We're enjoying a date. We're enjoying the couple days there. We have the down comforter on. We're getting up. You're hearing the fire going. You hear the rain. You see clear as day the rain in a jungle, and just picture that for a second. And that's my happy list. That's like what we're going to do, right? That's my happy list. That's not a goal. That is my list. That is my check off list. That is my lift. That is my everyday thought when I go on here. Another one I can reverse that as well. I'm in a snowstorm. I'm in this beautiful home, and you just see the snow coming down. You see maybe couple wolves go by because you're in the backwoods, and the fire's going on, and you're just sitting there taking in the moment. See, we don't take in moments. We don't do that because when we're 30, 40, and we're just like, we're struggling. We're surviving. If we
surviving,
it's not even surviving. So when I think about those things, man, my face and my cheeks hurt smiling because I know that's real. Like, I know that list, and that's just 2 things on my list. I got a legal pad, and I honestly have like 11, 12 pages of all the things that make me happy. Not kidding. 7 cigars on a golf course. The blue cheese olives in my vodka dirty martini when I'm done the round. In the club when my wife and the kids come in for dinner. It's those moments that are so awesome that make what I do. I mean, I get to do this every day. I get to feel like this every day. I get to, instead of, I need to do that. I need to do this. I got to do that because if that doesn't happen, I got to, like, no.
It's not a dread list.
Yeah, it's so simple, man. It's so simple, and we complicate it because we're trying to analyze it. We're trying to think of how I'm trying to make it easier. No. I just want you to breathe. I put down on, I don't do a lot of mentoring calls. Breathe. I tell these people when they're on their lives, I'm like, man, do you understand what the words are coming out of your mouth? Because my butt cannot, like, breathe, man. I want to breathe for you. Like, relax, chill out.
Right. Yeah.
And what you guys are doing is just so great because you're just having a conversation. And I think more people would just, like, it does not bother me what you think about me. It doesn't, because my purpose is greater. My purpose is greater. It does not bother me at all what you say to me. Like, I know what it's done for me. I don't worry about somebody that I do not know in this whole freaking world that's going to say, oh, you're full of crap. Cool. Then I'm not for you. I'm okay with that. I'm okay if someone does buy or doesn't buy. I'm okay with either or. God bless you. I'm glad that you even stopped even to say something derogatory to me. God bless you. Okay? It doesn't matter because I know the right person's going to hear it. Like you said here, you know the right person is going to hear it. That's why when we have this greatest thing in the world conversation with people, like I don't get it. Like I don't get why people go, oh, I don't know what to say on my thing. Well, prepare. You know, make a list of 5 things you want to talk about. Why did you do? Like you have nothing to say. How do you not know what to say? We've already taught you what to say. You get a video. Okay, wait a minute. Oh wait, you didn't do the video in the morning? That's why you don't know what to say. Like, dude, come on. It's not rocket scientists what we do here. But we impact. See, it's the simplest things, the simple choices that you can make that are so impactful and can move mountains. Hear me on that. The simple decisions and the choices that we do in this business can move mountains.
Wow.
It can take Michelle from Kansas and her crappy football team, Dallas Cowboys, and we can move their asses to Hawaii.
Sorry, who's in Philadelphia? I don't remember. Is that Aaron Rodgers?
Nice.
I know. I was just pulling your leg.
Yeah.
I know you are. But yeah, it's love this. You get to do this and love it and double down on loving it more. It is not a chore for me. There are days I get up, I'm like, ugh, I don't feel like doing it. But man, it's always those days where I just, I'm no different than anyone else. I'm tired. I don't want to, but I tell you, the purpose is so driven for me that it is a non-issue. And I know, here's the other thing too. We can make the money that we can make here. I mean, I hit 200,000, about a week back. I think I'm at 230 I don't even know the total. I don't really care. Telling somebody what you make is just showing what is possible, but also telling them doesn't mean that you're going to make it because nobody's me. I'm not you guys. I know who I am and I know my purpose is bigger than anything around because I put my focus in there and that's my purpose because I already know that going through 25 years and then getting told that they read a paper to me word for word because they know when you're in the role that I'm in, they have to read it word for word because they already get nervous about, oh God, he's going to sue me. He's suing me. He's suing me. I guarantee this guy, it's so funny when I seen other people lose their jobs in the roles that were, even above me or in the side of me, I'd laugh because I'm like, man, they're suing. Like there's not a doubt in my mind. They're suing. And then they get paid money, and they help them, and it was funny because the company felt it was more financially sound to give them what they're asking if it wasn't unrealistic, because they were the roles that got a lot of money to begin with. So they're like, okay, whatever, dude, you already made us the time, we're going. But yeah, your purpose got to be bigger, man. The challenge is what gives us that purpose, even heightens our purpose, is the community that we're in, right?
Yes.
The community.
Absolutely.
Showing the wins every day, that's huge, man.
It is.
It's huge. If you can see that every day, you can take it away. I always tell people, I always kind of share with people that you are one decision away from changing and having from a mediocre life, whatever that. I'm not talking monetary. I'm just talking about just life in general. Peace. Ever notice where you have peace in your life and you're like, holy crap, this is the best freaking feeling. I want peace. I want happiness. I want joy. I want peace in my life.
Yes.
I don't want drama. I just want peace. Peace doesn't mean $1 gazillion. I tell people all the time, I'm not looking for $1 million. If I get to $1 million, freaking great. The path that I am on right now, I'm already on path to do it before December. Somebody did the comparison the other day for me, and I'm like, I didn't even think about it. But as I say it out of my mouth right now, I'm like, holy crap, man, that's pretty cool because I know if I get there, how many people did I drag along with me?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's my jam. That's my joy. I just want peace. And this business has given me such a calmness, such a peace that it's unexplainable. So when we talk about these things, it's pretty it's not relatable in a lot of ways because we've had so much stress. We don't know what's going to punch us the next day, right? So to have that, it's like, dude, right? We live life. Like, that's why I said, it's really funny. I said this the other day too. Is like, I'm 57 years old, going to be 58 next year, and the crazy thing is, like, I've seen it all, heard it all. You guys heard this from your parents and older people. Like, I've seen it all, but and guess what? I'm still MNF standing right in front of your face. So guess what? Let's go. Like, what do we got to do? Yeah, exactly. If that's all you got, I gave you 25 years of my life. I'm going to tell you what, the next chapter of my life is going to be insane, baby. It's just going to be, and I'm going to do whatever I can to drag people along with me. To dads, every freaking dad and mom out there, hear me, because I'm telling you, we are going to take you on a road. You just have to plug into what we do. Please, oh, please take this from your heart, not your head, because I'm telling you, allow yourself to say yes. Allow yourself to do this, because like you said, this is something very special. And I know from retail, because I was in that for so long, digital marketing in general, digital products, I cannot tell you, when I heard digital marketing, it's not that I really knew what digital marketing, if they were talking about digital products, see, I already been in a field where all the companies were trying to do digital products. So I understood. And then I plugged in, I'm like, holy crap, like, this is huge. Like, this is not like huge. This is freaking ginormous. Like, what we have is ginormous. And here's the really cool, I mean, this is another cool thing on top of a freaking cake, right? Here's another thing. Anybody, this is the start. We are just like at the start. We're not even on a freaking anthill yet of the beginning of what this is potentially going to be. We already know what it's going to be. All the trends that all the people from Forbes, from Wall Street Journal, all the Brick and Poor's, all the Standard & Poor's, all those, we've already said this is going to be huge. Like, and these are the guys where we make financial decisions when we run a company, right? So that's like, when I started putting it all together, I'm like, holy crap, like, dude, like, holy crap, like, this is, this is what the internet was. Like, that's where you're at the beginning of what the internet was. That's here, and look at the internet now. Like, and there's only 20,000 people in this. I mean, this is insane to have the capacity and understand where you're at today. And I'm just telling you, man, this is the coolest thing we could do. This is the coolest. Look, every day you have a choice to go to work if you want to and listen to all the bullshit, or you have a choice where you could do something for yourself. See, most people are hard workers. I think there's a lot of lazy people out there that will never be successful because of the choices and how they're we're a victim, right? Oh my God, I can't do this. I can't, like, oh my God, you get in this environment and say that out loud in our environment. Like, we will eat you up with love and kindness, right? No, you need to fix that thinking, because it's screwing you up. And I don't want that even getting into my household. Like, Michelle's very clear. Don't bring that in my life. Oh, dude. Yeah, don't, man, get out of here with that. That's never going to happen. I will not allow it in my environment. And that's the environment that you walk into. And that's really great, because that's the environment of we're going to make this. Like, this is going to work. I just don't know yet, but this is going to work. I just know it is. Like, listen to this guy. 3.5 months, I made no money, and I didn't ask one damn question. Like, what is wrong with you? How do you not? You invested in this damn thing. You felt like do you have a mouth? I mean, I am an introvert, believe it or not. I'm just a very loud one, but I really am happy in my home all by myself. On a golf course, a lot of times I will golf all by myself unless I'm with my team, where they're going out, where we're doing certain things for getting ready for the season for next year. But man, this is where we're at today, and this is just you don't understand the gravity of this business. people do not understand the gravity because it doesn't seem real to begin with in so many
Yes.
ways, right? And that's
Right.
because of our mindset.
It is, and I would like to add to that though that's actually a good thing because it's not totally relatable. That is what can. Okay, I want to emphasize that's what can create hope because it's not something that they can relate to because they haven't necessarily had it on a regular or normal basis. So the thought, just the very, very beginning of that thought alone, if you can create that thought so that they can begin to picture or imagine what that could look like, that's huge. And that's why even though, the amount of money you said doesn't matter. And that's what I think is so valuable is that you're totally, I believe, totally correct because it doesn't matter. What does matter, and this is why I think the wins are so important, it's not the dollar amounts in the wins that makes it important or impactful.
Right.
It's the hope that it's creating. This is working for multiple people. Whether it's one person got a $100 sale or 300 or 900, whatever it might be, seeing those wins is impactful because it's creating hope. And I'm going to tell you, that is the most powerful word in any language, whether it's German, English, whatever language. Hope is the most powerful word. And I just think that if people can just begin to have that seed of hope, great things can happen.
Well, learn to replicate it as well, because we all have those joyous feelings of, whatever it might be, playing golf or watching the soccer game or something like that, just to replicate that feeling to bring it through. But going back to something you said earlier, Tim, and we've talked about this in our lives quite a few times, is that how can you say no when you go into the community? Because you can feel the buzz. I've never felt a buzz through words like that before because it's all so positive. It's all so supportive. And I've always been on that till recently. It's lacked a bit. But, if I felt I could help someone, I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't go into areas like technology because I'd mess them up.
That's all right.
Right there with you.
But I have to say, I want to say this. I've been dying to say this to you for a long, long time. Well, not for a long time, but since you did the Monday night mentoring, I was running around my house screaming with joy because the simple thing, really, I mean, I've talked about it a lot with Jared and on the lives. I can't tell you how many times I carry it with me. The piece of paper.
You wrote it down.
When you
yeah.
And I tell you, I stayed up late that night writing that down.
That's awesome.
Oh, what a nugget. And I carry it with me. And you know what? It helps me with content. And I have this with me to help me on the way. The other thing you'll recognize by our dearest and greatest mentor.
Oh, my God. That's so cool.
So
I love it.
Stuck with content. I go, I know. I carry it in my bag when I go to the construction site, and I can't always do the content there, but I got those things. I carry them with me everywhere I go, and the 30-day growth plan and the 7-day, just in case, so I can get some inspiration. But I have to say, I call it the piece of paper that you fold in half, but it's the hopes and dreams and where you were and where you want to go. And that's one of the questions I wanted to ask you about. And I think you answered it. Well, you did actually answer it. Was on your mentoring, you talked about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just going into your inner world, your inner peace, your happy area. So was that from the list, or is that just thinking of other things that you've written down? Because I've started to add to this list, which you said will happen.
So that list And you're talking about the page that I fold over when I get my perfect customer, right?
Or
You're
it's
talking about my happy list.
the happy list, where it's basically why I purchased, and then
that's
my
the perfect customer.
Perfect.
Joel, that's a
So-
perfect customer. Yeah. Who is my perfect customer? Because we struggle on that. Everybody
We
struggles.
do.
And the thing is you don't trust yourself. You don't trust it. I think the biggest thing is why, because people don't trust their decisions because they've never done it before, right? So they're like,
Right,
oh my God.
right.
It's like, and this is not going to hurt. If you go live and you screw it up, like, did you get hurt out of this? No, you didn't get hurt. So when I talk about one of the biggest things that I know that everyone has an opportunity to, who's your perfect customer? Like and I'll say for everyone, but I think like for guys, I think sometimes it can be more difficult. Like, because we're raised, we're not women. We don't stay at home. We don't, for the most part, it's not stay at home dads. Like, it's so relatable. Moms are so relatable. Like, I have snot coming out of one of my kids. My other one just, I don't know what he's doing on the floor. And then when, like, for dads, it's like, what do? We stop whining, sit down, stop whining.
Right.
So for me, it wasn't
Brush it
like,
off.
yeah, don't cry. Don't even cry. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to, with another belt. Here comes a lashing. Like, how do I not cry? This hurts. You not cry. Let me take a belt to you, Dad, and let me tell you, you don't cry because I can really get a whooping. You know what I mean? Well, that list is simple. It's like, it really is. I never really focused on the lack in general, and I'm not a whiner and I say that lovingly, Kai. I'm not a I don't whine. I don't bitch or moan or any of that stuff. I just don't, because it's over. It's done. Move on. I got to go. You know what I mean? I'm not wasting, I'm not giving it energy. But that list is really important because it's like, why did you come here? Like, why did you say yes to yourself? Like, really, what did you do? Like, and that's why I sit there and tell people that list should grow. That my list is not the same list. My list is growing, but I turned my list into my happy list. So the happy list and the folding paper are two different things. They're two different things. If you do the perfect customer one, though, where you fold it in half and then you write down and ask the question, why I did this business? Well, I did this business because Jared, you asked, was I pissed? I was infuriated that you could do that to me after all the years, all the things, and to see my personal footprint on this company. Like, infuriated, right? So I put down, never again. I did this to stay home. I'm never going back to corporate. I'm never giving my time to someone else. And then I folded over on the other side. I put why, because it just didn't feel good. Like, you piece of crap. You just totally said to me, like, after all these years, you like bite me, and I want to say other words, but I won't. But you get the idea, right?
Right.
But I wanted to stay home. Well, why? I wanted to get know my kids again. Like, I wanted to go golfing every day. I live in this beautiful place. I have a beautiful golf course. I wanted to golf every day. And why? Because at the end of the day, it makes me happy. Mm-hmm. Then I start the second thing. And that's why I said, whatever the second thing is, I want to date my wife again. I go on the other side, why? Why do you want to date your wife? Because she's so fucking awesome. Like, she's a badass. And she dealt with me for all these years. Are you kidding me? Like, now I can repay her by just loving on her, holding her hand as we walk to the baseball game or whatever we do. It's when we go out for drinks, when we go out for lunch, that why? Because, man, at the end of the day, that makes her happy and it makes me happy. Do you know what I mean? So that's why that list, how many people did you not know, like husbands that actually love their wives, that want to hang out with their wives? They've been together 30 years, 20 years, 10 years. Man, I'll tell you right now, dude, there's guys that want that. There are guys that don't love their jobs. Like, why are we not talking about the guys that don't love their jobs? Mm-hmm. Stop going to the damn job. Find another job. Do something different, but don't sit there and come home and being pissed off all the time and tired and actually say, life sucks. Well, crap, that's an affirmation. Guess what? That's going to happen. That's going to be in your head 24/7. Life sucks. I hate my job. And what kind of man are you going to do when you go home? You're not going to be a good place to love and cherish your family. So again, back to that list. that list should be long. And the feelings, because at the end of the day, you're trying to get the feeling out of it. What's the feeling? And it's my happy place. It's the feeling you get. It's the emotion. People move because they hurt so bad that they have to change. People move when they're inspired to. I mean, it's people will even move when they have the money to move. But we do so many things ass backwards that, like, dude, no. That's why that list is so important. So I challenge anyone, and I tell everybody that signs up, like, do this list. Here's an example of it, and it should grow wherever you are. No matter when you get a sale, when you start your business, it should grow all the time. The happy list is what makes you happy? I can look at my golf clubs and smile my ass off. You know what I mean? I do. I look at my cigars down in my humidor, and but dude, it's so happy when it's getting close to empty. My new ones come in. I'm like, hey, dude, this is awesome.
Yeah.
You know, well, I know. I feel like I scored. You know,
right.
What makes you happy? So we don't put enough emphasis on what makes people happy, and and because they've been in an environment or a lifestyle that's not the question. It's you have to do this. You got to make the money to pay for the 2 car payments. You got to do this. You got to. Everybody's telling you have to do this. You have to do this. Well, here we're telling you this. We want you to be successful. We can tell you doing this can be fun. We know it can because I'm having a blast. You guys are. But look what you're doing here. I think this is an amazing piece for you guys to do. I think it's freaking insane. And to know that it's reaching so many people, dude, this is incredible what you guys are doing. What you're trying to. You literally are trying to change people's lives. And I don't say that lightly. People think change has to be this big drama and all this crap. It does not. It could be just 3 guys having a conversation, just talking about each other's life, where we're at, what we're doing, how we're just trying to move the needle forward and sharing with you. Like I say it on my lives all the time. I don't care if you're selling a box of soap on a street corner to improve your life. I don't care if you're doing an MLM. You trying to make an impact, to improve your life, quality of life financially is incredible. And you should be praised, and God bless you on anything that you do. I don't care what program you have. I know my program is pretty badass and I know it works well. Hey, if you're making money, God bless you. It's awesome that you got what you got going on. However, I always think our program is the best. I mean, it's just for the 2 hours a day, I mean, come on, But I think what you guys are doing is insane, and it needs to be done. But dads need to back to that paper. That paper's gold, man. Because even when Michelle was saying, it's talk to your guy 5 years ago. Well, for me, that guy 5 years ago was still like, this is what I need to do. I have a daughter. I have my kids that went in college. I have high school. Like I need to work to make sure I have enough money for college saved up. I have to make sure. I did. Now it's just like. But even if I talked to myself 5 years ago, I don't know if I would have listened. See, that was the other thing too. Some people get stuck like, talk to yourself 5 years ago. Well, 5 years ago, you might have been in a total different situation. Right. So for me, this is why this drill here is, what is it that you're looking for? And I sit there, I say, I'm looking for more time. I'm looking for more peace. What are things that make me happy? Why did I purchase business? And let me tell you something. You're not the only one that has those dreams and thoughts and processes. There are so many people just like you, all 3 of us, that are out there. There's nothing out there. That's why when we do these platforms, like how many people we're reaching when we do these platforms, it's insane. It's incredible. So to sit there and think that this business is done from your backyard or wherever, you're only talking to the people in your community. Well, no, we're talking to the world. We're talking to people in Ireland, Scotland, Australia, New Zealand. I have people in Canada, Mexico, United States. It's South Africa, North Africa. It's insane.
It is.
Right. So when you look at that, it's like, that's what you have. That's what you have here. It's not like, oh my God, I only have this type of people that I'm talking to. And that's, oh my God. And there's 20,000 people here doing the same thing. Like, oh my God, how am I going to do it? Like, no, you have the world. Dubai. I mean, it's all over the place. It's everywhere.
It is.
And everybody, look, it ain't no different, man. In other countries, in some other countries, they still feel the same way you feel. They cry the same way you cry. They get pissed off. They're the same way. Dude, And they're thinking there is no way out. Hear me. They think the same way, like there's no way out. I got to keep doing this. Like, no, you don't, dude. Like, that's why it's so important for dads to understand they don't have to work 2 and 3 jobs.
No.
Right.
We believed it because that's what we were taught. That's what our dads told us. That's what, my dad's dad told my dad, and so on and so forth. And that's, as boomers, Gen Xers, that's what we were taught, is that, get a good job, get a degree, work hard, climb the ladder, and then get promoted. And then if that doesn't work, then get another job on top of that. And that's what we've been taught. Now, and I'm not saying that my dad lied to me. It may have been.
I will. Lied, that son of a gun.
He lied to me.
Lying son of a gun.
Yeah.
He just believed
son of a gun.
Yeah. Why did you lie to me? Why?
Yeah, it's like I remember having a discussion with my dad.
What the hell?
Why? Why?
My father used to say, stay with the same company all your life. And I was changing every 5 years. And he says, what are you changing every 5 years for? I said, I need to advance. I need to get more money. I need to do this. I need to do that. And that was a culture shock for him because he was with one company 40 years, and it's that.
Wow.
That's what you're told to do. And we've talked about this, Jared, where yesterday we were talking, what you said earlier, actually, Tim, is I don't know what when you say to your kids, and we were talking about it yesterday.
We did
the video of it, like
very conversation.
What's my perfect job? And I'm 64 and I still haven't found it. And I said I feel envious and jealous of those people that can say I'm going to be a doctor, or I'm going to be a soldier, I'm going to be a farmer, and I'm going to be a policeman, and that's their true vocation for life, and they're really happy doing that. But that's like 1%, 2%. The rest of us, we're all like floating. And then I went deeper and I said, when you look back at some of your jobs and you think, why did I take that? Yeah, it seemed the right move at the time. But you learn certain skills as you jump around and do things, which help you get to an end result. And I was saying things like, it's funny because when you look back, you go, oh, yeah, I would never achieve that if I hadn't done that process. So life is kind of mapped out for you in a way. But then it brings us to the DGC, and it's like, wow, this is a whole new thing. And imagine looking back in a year's time of where you started from and where you are now. And we had Ophir on recently, who was, she's got a list of everyone that's bought from her. And she lives in Jamaica, and she's now building her dream house and everything. And it was such an inspirational conversation. She got me freaking fired up. I was like, wow! It was too hot to touch. It really was. And she's all about mindset and boom, 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 boom. And it's so powerful. And that's, and every time it comes back to mindset, I always come back to this piece of paper from you, Tim. I'm so grateful.
That's awesome, dude.
Because I do carry it around with me. It's been to so many job sites, it's not even funny. But if I can say the leadership, and I don't mean this in a derogatory term, I mean yourself, Michelle, Victoria, Amy, and you do so much for this company, and we love and adore you guys like beyond. And we've talked about it a lot. And sometimes when we see or hear negative things, we're batting your corner. I mean, I know you don't need it. I know it's like water if the duck's off, but Jared and I have we've agreed. If anyone comes on here and says that, well, they're going to
I'll find you! I'll find you!
I want to fork and knife you before I mute and block you. Because we've said this before, right? I've worked for some, like yourself, 20 plus 30 years, well, a long time in corporate life. And I've been fortunate. I've worked with some great blue chip companies, British Airways, Hilton's, American Express, blah, 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 blah. So, and done very well. But I was saying to Jared, we were talking about it one time, and I said, British Airways, to me, the training was second to none. And it was second to none until I met Michelle.
Absolutely.
Until I met Michelle.
Oh, my
because
God.
The dedication and everything that she gives to us as a community, as a group, and as we feel it. And every time I get that 10-minute video, I feel so friggin' motivated, And
she's obsessed, she's obsessed.
And she seems so on point with, sometimes you might just have a little, I feel down or whatever, or you need a bit of inspiration. Then she'll talk about the saturation market, or she'll do something else. And it's like, whoa, how the hell does she know? And
reading our minds.
So blessed. We are so blessed to have her. But no, only one fork and knives if they say anything negative.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome. I love it. I can see Jared's going to be calling me up while you're in jail. Hey, Tim, you want to get on? Nick's out for at least 5 days. He's in the can.
His conversation will be, can you get a translator because the police can't understand him?
News at 5 o'clock. There was a man who left a comment on a TikTok video, and then another man who read it went out to his house.
That actually Tim, this actually happened to me. I was
oh God, don't tell me now.
No, not in jail. No, not in jail.
Okay, thank you. I'm like, oh my God, Jared, we got to get his ass out of jail.
Right. He's actually there now. I
know.
New uniform. No, I was stopped by the police because of my sticker, but I had everything for my car for its annual inspection. And it was actually booked for the garage the next day, but I had to drive to this other town to Home Depot to get some stuff. And, I was keeping to the speed limit. I have not got a speeding ticket here or anything like that. I keep it really clean and taxes and all that. Anyway, so get stopped and I am panicking. The reason I'm panicking.
I can see this too. Oh my God. Do I speak German? What do I speak today? Oh my God. Do I speak English? What am I doing?
No. Well, the thing is, you see, when you have one uncle who was a judge in England that wrote the law of the land, seriously wrote the law of the land. You have another uncle who was high up in Interpol and Scotland Yard. You have to keep it pretty clean, right? So, and they actually put me in a prison cell, and they said, no, please.
Whoa.
What did you do? Wait a minute, what did you do?
They said to me, if you misbehave, this is where you're going, and we'll make sure if you do something bad, you get there quicker. We're not going to help you. And that left an impression. I still remember it to this day. So, we've got that as a background. And now the police stop me, and I'm like,
I come in peace. I
know.
I'm holding my hands out. And see, in England, we get out the car to prove that we're not armed.
Because you guys don't. Because you in England though, you guys don't carry guns either, right?
No.
Yeah.
So I was just about to get
out of the car.
Put my hands out through the window. I turn the car off, put my hands out through the window. Then I start getting out of the car. Then the guy goes, get back in the car. Blah,
yes,
blah, blah.
Get back in the car.
I didn't understand him, but I think he says get back in the car. So I sat back in the car and I got my hands like this. And he's screaming at me, right? And I'm just looking at him. And he carries on for about 5 minutes. I went, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. I said, please do not take this the wrong way. And I put my
shit.
Please don't take this the wrong way.
Go like this. Would you just go like, here are my cuffs. Just wear the cuffs.
I said, I don't understand what you're saying. And in England, when we're stopped by the police, we get out. He said, and then he just went, I said, please explain because I'll do whatever you want. But I don't understand what you're saying.
Oh my God! I wish I could have been a fly on that car.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
he let me off.
Our poor boy Nick.
Oh my gosh, Nick, that would have been like a scary experience. I probably would have soiled myself. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
Laughing.
I just know that I would have put my hands up on the reel and just I said I'm not going to say a word. It's yes, no, sir, yes, sir, absolutely, sir, yes, sir. I don't have it, sir. Gotta go. Yes, sir. What did you need? Because they can, man. They can make your life a living hell.
Oh my gosh.
They could, but it was actually funny because I said, do you mind? And then he slowed right down and we started talking and he actually let me off because I could prove that it was all legit.
Mm-hmm.
The car was going to get the service inspection the next day. And I said, just as a word, I said, just as feedback, I said, just be aware. There are a lot of British people that visit New Hampshire, especially in the foliage. And if you stop them, they will get out the car because that's what we're taught.
Right.
And I said, have you ever
Right.
been told that? Because there are thousands of Brits who go to New Hampshire for the colors.
Really?
Right.
No, I said, well, please pass it on, because I said, I was going to get out of the car. And now you inform me, if I get out of the car, I get shot. I said,
Yes. Specifically,
Yes.
your ass would get shot.
Right.
that can ruin your vacation.
You think?
So, I tell you, some of the stories, I tell you, I should write a book.
Oh my God. Well, you should make it a digital product. You'll and you know how to promote it, so you're good.
I might
For
just
sure. Yeah.
just do donations for, I don't know, Rubicon or something like that.
Oh my God. That is crazy. I don't really have any crazy stories with law enforcement, thank God.
No, I mean, that's the only one in this country.
Only one. Oh my God.
I'm only joking.
Wow.
I'm only joking.
I'm not even going down that road, but I
Yeah.
will
No,
have a
there's-
conversation. Maybe we'll get a little pint, and then we'll have that conversation.
I've actually never I've been as clean as a whistle, because, as you remember, I've got two uncles that you don't want to mess
Right.
with.
They're connected to the.
Pay your
That
taxes,
is crazy.
do the dots where you're supposed to, and so no, that's any time. But yeah,
Oh my
only in
God.
America, never in England.
Well, listen,
That is
Tim,
crazy
it
funny.
has been just immensely entertaining. I'm encouraging. This has been simply awesome. Let me ask you before we say goodbye. What would you say to somebody who is like a dad? And what kind of like good news? What would you like to say to a struggling dad, as far as something that you could share just very quickly, that maybe whether it's about digital marketing or just some good news in general for a struggling dad?
Yeah, let me think about that one for a second. I always tell people, especially dads too, obviously, right? But just even as a parent, I would always tell them, like, you said it earlier, don't lose hope. You always have tomorrow, right? We always think we have tomorrow, but we don't. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. And yesterday is already gone, right? And we have today. So make the decisions where you are today, and know that there are people like all of us that are there to help and guide and do whatever it is, but make the decision today. Tomorrow does not have to look like it does today. It can look better. I'm not even saying something bad. I'm saying it can look better than what today is. And today's great. Today is phenomenal. What if we wake up tomorrow and do the same thing all over again, and it's 10,000 even better? Like, do you understand that? Like, and that's not even just to the business. It's just to life. Like, and don't be afraid to make a decision, right or wrong. It's still a decision. The outcome that you get, it can be changed. Make another decision to change it. So you can so-called make mistakes, but you can make another decision to make it better another day. So for all the dads and even parents, but I'm going to say the dads, it doesn't have to be the way you were raised. That's the great thing about a choice. So make a decision to stop living and accepting where you are today. And if it's not where you want to be, make a decision to do something different. And the great thing about our business, to relate it to tie it all together, is there's so many good people here that actually just want you to do well. I mean, I said it on the web. I said it on the webinar today. I've never been in an arena where, and it's for you. It's not, I get nothing out of it. I get satisfaction. My heart feels full, but it's for you, your goals and dreams, not mine. I get no money, finances from any of this. I do the webinars because I have a joy. I do this because this is joy for me. It's just a decision. Please make a decision, because then either good or bad, you may not like the outcome, but you know you can make another decision to change wherever you're at. I think that's the cool thing. That's our choice, right? Yeah. That's what I would say.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. And I think also, thanks for clarifying. I think it's a really good thing that each morning before you start, when you get up, you sit 10, 15 minutes, as Tim says, do something, think about your dream life down to the grains of sand. So it's really, really positive. And even if it's something that you've got a hobby or an interest, and just gives you that excitement. Replicate that feeling, and that will certainly help you. But I think you brought so many golden nuggets, and I really
awesome.
Tim, and you in the leadership, seriously. There's no other business in the world I can think of, unless you prove me different, that there are so many people out there that support you 150% for no charge. It's all done support. It's all done
priceless.
And there is no other company, because even in the corporate world, there's always some underlying something.
Yes.
Yes.
Right?
Hidden agenda.
There is.
Yeah.
Hidden agenda, and you can see it and you can read it, and you're like, man, I know something's going to happen, but you don't know what's happening.
Right.
Oh, I should have seen that. This community, this company, with this phenomenal fine leadership, please pass on our love to Michelle, because we friggin' adore her on this channel. And we seriously will not hear anything negative, because it'd be fork and knives.
Just want to let you know, be very clear what I'm about to tell you.
Yeah.
I will be in jail wherever I'm at. Just saying.
When I was doing my officer training.
Oh God, here we go.
I was in the army too, so.
Oh my Lord! Even more worries I have about you, young man.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely off air and a few beers.
We'll make that happen.
Yeah.
We're gonna make that happen. Damn it!
No, I would love to come and play some golf and meet up and do some golf. I'm not your standard, but just to go out and have a laugh and play some golf would be.
Go to a Philadelphia Eagles game and
against the Patriots. And then one of us.
You know what's crazy? I got to put that on my list. I don't even have that on my list because I've done it so much. I don't even have it on my list.
You're welcome.
I got to put that on my list. I know. That's so true. Because I go. I regularly go. I regularly go to them. So it's like it's not on my list, but I need to put it because it still brought me you see how it brought me a smile? You know what I mean, Jay?
Yeah,
that's why I
know
say that list is. There are people that are not in the right frame of mind or the moods. Just say that one word, whatever it is for you. That's that list. That's why that happy list. Like, do you get it? I mean, do you like just if you didn't get that, like Eagles? I go Eagles. Get like what? Wait, what? What are we doing, Jared?
Yeah. Right? When?
That's I didn't even put that on my list. I'm like, wait a minute, I go to them, but like, wait a minute, I want to go. It's a football season. Let's go.
Yeah.
So that's learn from Patriot Nation.
What? Nick, he had the smile. Nick, he had the smile.
I would just say Celtics. We're bringing it home.
Oh, dude, you are bringing it home. You are definitely bringing it home. I guarantee that. But guys, you got to keep doing what you're doing, man. This is amazing what you guys are doing. I think that
thank you.
I'm blessed and grateful to be here. I'm, just to have a conversation. We need to do more of these things. It just has to be done. Like you get to do these, but this is one of those moments where I sit there like you have to do more of these things. I don't know what you guys do it, how you all do it, but it has to be people like us that have to do it because we can change the world one person at a time. I always say the first thing you have to change is yourself. You have to change your mindset, right? You have to change yours. Don't change the world, just change you to be a better person every day. And then go ahead because that change that you do in yourself will always generate to be better for everyone else around you. Because if you can have that happy list and that happy place, it's going to be really funny how environment will change around you. And the environment that you're with this great community of ours, like people need to hear you and see you every chance they get because they understand this is how we live. We live this way. We get to do this. And I think that is one of the most powerful things that you guys are doing. Do not take, and I know you guys don't, but don't take 1 second of this for granted in any way, shape, or form, because you are definitely impacting so many people, men, women, specifically to know what's possible. And that is your hope. That is what people need every day in this great world we live in, So keep doing what you're doing. And I'm
Thank you.
grateful. Thank you guys.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Thank you.
What we're about, and that's what we've started from the get-go. When Jared and I first got together, we knew straight away that, you know, the chemistry, but when we talked offline, we knew exactly what we wanted to do, was to help people and to help people grow, to bring, you know, information in a different way, you know, basically
Right.
almost repeating what Michelle was saying, but putting it in a different format so that more people will get it and hopefully get it. So
it's very important what you just said. I'm going to say something. I know you're going out of time, but it's very important that what you just said. I don't think I want you to understand the gravity of what you just said. See, Michelle, all those people are not her customers. So it's very important that you, Jared, me, we talk about this every day, because there's people that will resonate with us before they resonate with Michelle or Boom Boom, Victoria, or Amy, or anyone else.
Right.
Be clear on that. So it is vital. I want to ask one thing. Can I promote my TikTok right quick? Because
Absolutely.
I have it. Here's what's going on tomorrow. I started doing something truly I had to figure a way. See, I do this business for time, right? I really do it for the freedom that time gives me, right?
Yeah.
But I would get so many people that ask me to look at their content and mentor and all that stuff. But I know this sounds mean, but we don't have a lot of time, right? My schedule is I do 3 hours in the morning every day, except for Saturdays and Sundays. However, I needed to figure out how there's a few people that I've been able to get on a phone with and actually have a conversation around the business.
Okay.
So what I did was I said, you know, in order for me to be able to help and guide people and maybe have the mass, I actually asked someone to go on a live with me last Saturday, Carly, who's in the community, and she's kind of fairly new to the business, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I said, you know what I'm going to do, Carly? How about, would you do this on a TikTok live? Like, why don't we go live on TikTok? So I basically broke down everything that I did, answered all her questions, and we were on there for 3.5 hours.
Wow.
Saturday with over 200 people that were on, and over 200,000, 300,000 likes, whatever it was. It was insane, and people were asking me to do it again. So I'm doing another one tomorrow, which is Saturday, right? Saturday. Yeah. Tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So tomorrow, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to do another mentoring. I've been working with this young lady for a while. This lady's already had success. She's made over $20,000 in a month. She's having things. But it was really cool because some of the topics we're going to be talking about, as I have them written down here, is mindset, number one. Reinforcement, which is a big thing in mindset, right? I literally wrote down breathe.
Breathe. I love it.
Breathe, because people you get on there, they're so amped up, they're so excited. Just calm down, breathe, baby, breathe. You know, I always say, because I'm older, I can't follow everything the hell you're saying. Okay, stay with me, you know. I talk about my happy place. I talk about trust, and I talk about goals. So tomorrow, if you guys are around, look for a live from me. It'll be, most people know who follow me. I have a ton of followers. That 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. This one is very different than the one I did before, but it's going to be massively important because these are the things that I do and I focus on. So it's just a little tidbit for tomorrow.
No, I'm looking forward to it.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. It's all try, and you get to ask your questions. The thing about it was really great is we had so many people asking questions, and I think that's like if that one question makes the whole difference for you, and then you hear other people ask that question, you're like, oh my god, yeah, I needed it. Yeah, what did you say? I told people, bring your notepads. You're not gonna want to miss this. And the response that I got was, whoa, like I'm telling you, this was me just winging it, you know, hey, if I could do it live, you know, and then like you guys, I'm sure you guys get so much, you know, hey, what can I do? But this was like, my email blew up. Like it took me more than 2 days, 3 days to get through the emails that I got.
Wow.
It was crazy. And I can't, and this is the only way I know that I can still keep my time. Right, because this business is about time,
right?
And I said I may do this every weekend. I don't know, because it's in Saturday. I don't know how this looks like, but I'm gonna But like you guys do, this is huge. This is massive. And I think we need to make sure that we don't take it for granted. And we, you guys, what you're doing, again, so excited for you guys, so proud of you guys for putting what this business is really about. And it is changing ourselves, but also changing so many people's lives, not letting them know that, hey, you guys got a place. Like, you guys have a place here. You got a home. Like, you got a home that wants you to be successful. You just have to plug in, though. That's it. Make the decision. Make the decision, and it better be yes.
Right. No, beautiful.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome, man. I thank you so much for this, and this has been amazing. And then we'll see you soon again, okay?
Okay, thank you. God bless.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Oh, wow. What an interview.
Incredible.
I mean, nothing short of fantastic. Was uplifted, encouraged, motivated, inspired, and all of those things.
Everything.
So happy.
Every word out of the thesaurus that is positive you could use in that. I mean, it's just, humbled that Tim took the time out to spend some time with us, and all of you on the TikTok live as well. A lot of really positive comments, and I think that's brilliant. I think with Tim doing his lives on Saturdays and things like that is just brilliant.
Yes.
Mind blown, buddy. Thank you for organizing that, because that was
fantastic. Yeah. So let's see if we can do this. Okay. Let me do the peace sign, see if it works for me. And you do it now. Damn. All right, maybe. Oh, you did it! You did it! You've got the magic touch.
I'm special.
Yeah.
I told you I'm special.
You are special, bro. I appreciate you, man.
I
Seriously.
appreciate you even more. I love my time with you. I really
Me too,
do.
man.
I look forward to my cup of tea and my time with Jared and all our.
Like he said, we get to do this.
I know.
Yeah.
And, so many golden nuggets came out of it. It was brilliant. And I've got to add to my list. But
me too.
I think, some of the great takeaways, and you've mentioned it a lot, is mindset and things like that. And I think that's a lot to do with it. And that's what's going to get us over that fence. That's what's going to help people get over the fence. Spending, as Tim said, just spend 10, 15 minutes just doing that, thinking of time for you, your happy place.
It's keeping you grounded.
Right. Absolutely right. Yeah. And sometimes when we're together, we need to be grounded.
Absolutely. Because we do things that, we're unruly. We cause a lot of chaos, bro.
But yeah, no, seriously. I appreciate you all. I appreciate everyone who's been watching through the TikTok live as well. Very, very humbled. I mean, what an awesome guy. And to have the leadership, I hate to put it under a banner like that, but it's just easier rather than listing everyone. Being so friggin' awesome. I think we are very, very,
very, very fortunate. Very blessed.
Lucky. Absolutely. And, I think, it says a lot, doesn't it? When you've got great leaders and the community and everything, it just speaks volume. We just got to communicate it out.
We do. We're going to shout it from the rooftops, from mountains.
And I promise I won't talk about the police anymore.
All right, my brother. All
right.
We'll talk soon. God bless.
That's it. Definitely. God bless.
Okay. Where's that outro? Do you remember where I put it?
You put it under your keyboard.
Oh, there it is. You're right.
It's time to be the GOAT. It's time to enter God mode, man, let's get it going. I wanna be the greatest, energy is overflowing. I know I'm stoking the fire, my desire's taking over. Not tired, I'm inspired, rewired. I know just what is required. My brain knows how to decipher the messages, looking brighter. Already paid up the piper, my game is getting much tighter. I feel my body on fire. Now it's game time. All the practice to prepare for this main time. I could do anything, that's my baseline. Go ahead and do you, I'ma make mine. You gon' read me in the headlines. Always go up, I don't know a decline. On the glow up, getting better with time. Yeah, I'm about to hit my prime. The air is filled up with suspense. We've got our dreams, we must have found.